Welcome to Slow Home Studio. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to use Sketchpaper, which is a great drawing tool. In the previous tutorials, John showed you how a floor plan is like an X-ray of a house, and he also showed you the common architectural symbols to help you be able to read a floor plan. Today, we're actually going to be doing some drawing on the floor plan. We're going to work out some furniture layouts using Sketchpaper and pens. So the first thing that you do need is Sketchpaper. And lo and behold, we have it available for sale on our Slow Home Studio website, and you can buy it online, and we will send it to you in the mail. So that's the first thing you need. The second thing you need, of course, also is your floor plan. And we use Sketchpaper to draw on top of the floor plan so that we don't actually draw on the original copy of the floor plan itself. So the very first thing we need to do is set up our workspace, and I like to take the floor plan and tape it down, and I'm going to use these drafting dots to secure the corners and the edges so it doesn't move around on the tabletop. And if you don't have drafting dots, you can just use masking tape or some other type of tape that's easy to take on or off. And then you've got to take your sketch paper and roll it out. The great thing about Sketchpaper is it's inexpensive. You don't need to worry about using lots of it. I tear a bit of it off with using the ruler, and then I'm going to turn it upside down. And the reason I'm turning it upside down is because it curls, because it's so thin, and by turning it upside down, it flattens it out on top of the floor plan. Then I'm going to take two more drafting dots, and I'm going to tape down the top edges of the sketch paper, and I'm going to keep the bottom untaped because I am going to be lifting it up and doing some other layers and stuff underneath. So I've got my workspace all set up, and now I'm going to draw, and I've chosen a medium rollerball pen. You can choose for yourself which pen width you would like to use. If you're very detail oriented, you can use a finer type of pen, or if you want to be more expressive and quick with the drawing, you can use a thicker weight of pen. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace the outline of the walls in the two areas that I'm working in. I'm going to work in the living room section. I'm going to work in the dining room section. So I'm establishing my base condition. And it's really, really important to trace the outline of the walls because you really get a sense of the scale of the room. And you also get a sense of all the sort of detail, all the nooks and crannies, and all the little corners and edges, because in reality, they're going to become very, very critical to your design and your furniture placement. I'm going to draw the window in there. I'm going to draw in the fireplace mantle. I'm going to draw in these sliding doors. So I'm creating my base condition. And then I'm going to go over and sketch out the area by the dining room as well. Drawing the window. And as you can see, I'm doing this very quickly. I'm not using a ruler. I'm freehanding it. So I'm just tracing the outline of the walls. And this is going to give me the context for which I can start to do some design work or changes to the plan. I'm just going to finish this off here with my dotted line for the closet door. So if I lift this up, you can see there the context of the living room and the dining room that I've got for my base plan. And now I'm going to work on the furniture placement. And there is furniture drawn in the plan, but I'm going to move it around, and I'm going to show you how to do it using the sketch paper. And the way that you do that is you tear off a smaller piece. This is where it gets really fun. Turn it upside down again so it's nice and flat. And then I'm going to trace the outline of the sofa. And I'm creating this on a different layer because I'm going to use this layer of trace sketch paper to actually move the furniture around. So I've got my sofa outline, and as you can see, now I can start to move it in position on the floor plan and see if there's another possible location for my furniture layout that I could place the sofa. And the other thing that's cool about trace paper is it also allows you to mirror the image of anything you're drawing by turning it upside down, and you can instantly see what it would look like if you had the sofa in the mirror image form. So that's the sofa, and the other thing I'm going to do is the dining table, but what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to tear off another piece of trace paper so I can move them independent of each other. I'm just going to trace the outline of the table like this. Again, you can do this very quickly because you're just getting a sense of the size and proportion of the table. It doesn't have to be perfectly drawn. And now, with this, I can start to see, well, what would it look like if I changed the position of the dining table? And then maybe I have to move the location of the sofa, like that. Now you can do a final drawing by placing the trace layer underneath. And on your base copy, you can move the table around and see what's going to look best. And once you get a position that you like, and trace the outline of the dining table on your final copy of your trace plan. And then lifting it up, you can see how the whole drawing comes together. So that's some examples of how you can use trace and Sketchpaper to come up with some different design ideas for your floor plan. In the next tutorial, we're going to look at how to use the architectural scale to measure the drawing itself.